TikTok's conspiracy theories that will make you question reality. Let's go.
Have you ever heard of the lottery conspiracy theory? You know when you go inside of a gas station and you find lottery tickets and people buy them and they scratch them off in hopes of winning millions of dollars. What if I told you about the conspiracy theory that says the government created the lottery in order to catch time travelers? I know it sounds crazy, but just bear.
Wait, what? What are we on? The government created lottery tickets to catch time travelers. Do you hear? How does that even make sense? I mean, like they already know what's gonna be. I know what he's trying to say, but like, why would they do that just to catch? There's no such thing as time travelers.
With me, it's going to make a lot of sense. Okay, so people believe the government created the lottery in order to catch time travelers. The chance of winning the lottery right now is about 1 in 14 million. So statistically, you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning. Now let's take a look at one of the most popular lotteries called the Mega Millions. You have a 1 in 300 million chance of winning this lottery. Or in other words, you would need to be struck by lightning 21 times back to back to back in order to win this lottery. So the odds of winning are nearly impossible, so that's why people believe the government created this in order to catch time travelers, is because the time travelers would know exactly where to go and exactly which one.
But why waste your time building a whole lottery system to catch these sort of time travelers when the time travelers are just gonna go, you know, either back in time or to the future where they want no, well, Back to the Future. Ooh, a nice movie. Back to the Future, so they won't be, you know, catched by the government. Or regardless, why would they waste their time building a whole system of lottery and wasting money? And you know, because they lose, well, they always win. Lottery never loses, but like, I don't see that happening. And time travelers are, you know, it's not, come on, it's just fiction.
That was a mouthful to say, but make sure to like and follow if you guys want to see more videos.
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously ruin your life. This list shows all the conspiracy theories from the most normal ones we all know to the darkest of the dark that will change the way you literally see the world. And of course in this series we're going to be going from the top all the way down to the bottom. Come back, let's go for part 2. The Titanic didn't hit an iceberg.
Wow, I saw that pun. From the top in the water all the way to the bottom when they sank down. Wow, I saw that. I heard that.
So we all know about the Titanic, of course, the really famous ship that sunk, and it's commonly believed that...
Let me guess, that the Titanic, watching after the Titanic, that it was another one, and the Titanic was still being like built, or like it was like not even in the water, and you know, JP Morgan didn't go in the ship because he knew it was going to be wrecked, and his competitors were in the ship and they died, and then he kept, you know, he got more power, you know, within the bank systems, right?
It hit an iceberg, but this might change your mind. This is mental. There was of course survivors of the Titanic, and a lot of them were interviewed. Not one of them mentioned anything about an iceberg. What's crazier is a few people did say that there was a fire. Interesting. Now go and look at this. Before the ship even set sail, you can see a burn area in the photo. And it's actually the engine and boiler room right there. And if there was a fire in there, that's not ideal. Now there's a couple theories.
I don't want to make fun, but I like how the background music makes it even more interesting, which is good because it gets your attention and makes it more eerie. But like, I mean, that could be just a photo looks because it's so old. And just when they used to take the photo, you know, with that flash and that coal, right, carbon and stuff like that. I mean, I don't see how, because people will say something they saw that's how the ship burning. I'm guessing, right?
Talk about, but the first one was that it never even hit an iceberg at all. It was actually an inside job done by people such as the Rothschild family, which I will make a video on later in the series. Main theory that is very believable has something to do with this burn mark. Now the theory is there was a fire on the Titanic before it even set off, and this fire weakened the hull of the boat. Maybe there was an iceberg, but not as big as it's made out to be. It did hit this iceberg, and if there wasn't a fire it would have been completely fine. Everyone would have just not even realised. But due to the hull and the ship already being weakened from the fire, that's what made it sink. I mean, that's a very believable theory. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And make sure you hit that follow button.
I mean, that could have happened, not gonna lie to you guys, but like, I don't know, like, you still hit an iceberg and you're going, you know, on a velocity that will impact the ship. I think it will do immense damage to the structure of the ship and it will make it sink. I don't know, what do you guys think in the comments down below?
Because it's gonna get crazier. Obviously.
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time.
Oh my god, I hate this song, man. TikTok, that stupid song in the background. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know. I just don't like it.
4. The Grinch has a well-known backstory about hating Christmas. However, eventually in the movie, his heart grows 3 sizes and he loves Christmas once again. But this story may continue longer than we think. It is clear that the Grinch isn't exactly right in the head, but during one of the Grinch's wacky stunts, he could have gotten a head injury. This injury would
Man, I haven't seen that movie in years.
take a toll on him as he grew old and caused him to lose his memory. After him and his dog died, they were given a new life in a realm called Halloween Town, where they now lived as Jack Skellington and Zero. He later reunites with his love for Christmas, just like he had when he was alive. Both eventually wear a Santa suit, both deliver presents, and both have a doll companion. It may be possible that How the Grinch Stole Christmas and The Nightmare Before Christmas are tied together.
World's most dangerous conspiracy theories. This picture contains a list of conspiracy theories from the most well-known to the darkest. Welcome to Tier 9. Today we're going to be talking about the strange berry picker disappearances. God, that's a mouthful to say. In 2011, a man named David wrote a book called Missing 411. The book covers all of the most unsolved cases of people going missing in national parks. Some people would...
Oh, have you guys seen that? Yo, now talking about that, have you guys seen those maps like of the caves in this country? And then you also put like a map on top of it, like a clear map of the kids that has been missing in this country in some parks and some caves, and they're in the exact same spot, like nearby. Like the cave system and the parks are kind of like creepy in a way if you get lost, because you could that might be your last day. But it's so interesting how they just put the map of the cave systems, you know, there's some caves in this country, in the US, and then also where like a lot of children has gone missing, and they go straight on top of the cave systems, you know, like the caves in this country. That's really like crazy, and it could happen too, because, you know, this world is messed up.
Wander off the trail, some would fall into the river, and some people didn't even know they were missing. Do you want to know what all of these people had in common right before they went missing? They were all picking berries. Stay with me, it's about to get crazy. One case is 6-year-old Lillian Carney, and in 1897, she went missing right after she was picking berries. According to her parents, she was here for 1 second and gone the next, almost like she just vanished. They notified the police, and around midnight, which was 12 hours later, they found her miles away from where she originally was, and they found her in a dazed trance. It gets even weirder. Police then start to question her on how she went missing, thinking maybe the parents had something to do with it. The little girl didn't even remember walking, which is crazy because she was miles away from where she originally was at.
Maybe they were poison berries, or they were not berries, they were like something, you know, aka instead of berries they were taking mushrooms, and you know how that goes. So I never done it, but like, you know, you go LSD, you get in a trance, I'm guessing.
On top of that, she said the sun shined all the time, which would be impossible because it was midnight. Now, this didn't happen.
Yeah, she took some LSD kind of drugs in the woods. That's what it might be, because, like, how can you take berries and, like, I mean, I don't know.
Just once, but this has happened over 50 times. So are these people just mysteriously going missing in the woods? Or is there something darker here that we don't know about? Make sure to like and follow for more videos.
I just found out some really disturbing things about Ellen DeGenerate, and I'm not worried about that creep.
Ellen DeGenerate. That was funny. Oh, guys. Oh, not talking about Ellen DeGeneres. Have you guys seen Epstein's Island? Have you seen the color of like the little building? I think it's like an elevator, like shaft thing, like entrance. And have you guys seen her set in the show that she used to do? Similarities between those two, right? Because I've seen it, and that's creepy. But like, again, you know, the elite
Sweatshirt she's wearing. But as we watch this video, the camera creeps inside of her house, and you can see that weird Evil Thoughts picture. I looked up the artist, and he's into some really satanic stuff. And that's not even the weird thing. Look at this picture of Ellen sitting inside of her home. This is the picture that was right behind her. Now look at the...
that's so white. Yo, celebrities have issues, man. Like, they be onto some weird stuff, like demonic stuff. Chapter 4. What is that? Notary, education, censoring, language, manum, hand, RPM, fixer, hands and feet. What is this?
On top, these are the same letters that you write out during satanic rituals. Look at this picture of her cutting her mother's hair. Now look at the picture above her head and try and figure it out. Oh my goodness.
Scariest conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that's like the most convincing one so far. Because why would you have those type of pictures in your house? Let alone, like, bro, they look so weird and sketchy and nasty. Oh, man. Celebrities, I'm seeing you, they're like super weird. Like, the Hollywood elite, like, crazy weird. I don't know what is going through their minds.
World that will seriously change your life. This is a list of the conspiracy theories in the world, ranking from the least scary, most normal, commonly known ones, to the darkest of the dark that will ruin your life. Welcome. In this series, we're going to be going from the top, most normal ones you probably know, to the most disturbing ones, and the research is probably going to disturb me a lot, so thanks. That said, let's kick off part 1, Area 51, but not how you would imagine. So Area 51, we all know it. It's probably the biggest conspiracy theory out there, well, the most well-known one. And the biggest theory about this place as well. There's aliens living inside, or there was aliens.
No, that's not, I don't think so. What I think it is just, they just have military advanced equipment, or they're testing new military things, and they just want people in their business. That's what I think it is. I don't think aliens. Nah, it's not such a thing as aliens.
No, but let me know what you think. This guy right here is Bob Lazar. This guy claims that he was hired to work at Area 51 to reverse engineer alien craft. There's actually a documentary all about him. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. You may have seen it. And this guy is a very clever guy. He's not some nobody. Now, first of all, this is his drawing of an alien spacecraft. This is where it gets crazy. We all think this is the main Area 51, don't we? Maybe it is. Or is that what they want us to believe? Now, Bob claims that is not where stuff actually happens. It's located.
You know what I think also? Because remember, Area 51 got discovered like 10 years ago, like in the map. Because I remember Google Maps used to blur it out, or like Google Maps messed up and like it showed Area 51. I think there was like a video about it. And when I remember the news when it came out, they were buzzing about it. But that also might be true. Like, for example, like you could have an entrance and have tunnels and tunnels. There's a lot of movies also that show that, how they have like secret military entrances or bases, and they go in, and it's true, there's some places like that, and it's just miles and miles of like road, and they go to the actual base, or like the actual like actual place building in another part that we don't even know about.
Miles away, hidden in the desert, this area called Area S4. Look into this place, it's hella creepy, and if you actually go to the coordinates, it's basically blurred out, but there's also something crazy which I'll show you later. This is the area it's located in. There is literally nothing around apart from thousands of miles of just desert. I mean, it's not like some bloke's got his house out there. Look on Google Earth or photos online, this is what you'll see.
Is that a shark?
A car park which has quite a lot of cars and vehicles.
It looks like a shark, right? Look, like the right here looks like the head, the fin. That's like an entrance, I mean, like a tunnel, right? But like it's like the what you call it, the thing, the ala. I don't know what you call it, the wings in English. I don't know. And it's like the body, right? Am I going crazy?
Someone did some research into this, and it actually looked like army vehicles as well. You can see these two doors or holes basically into the mountain. And Bob claimed this is actually the entrance to the real Area 51 where he worked. Like I said, saying that he reverse engineered the spacecraft. Well, I don't know.
Question is, has Bob gone missing? He's been shot 51 times in the back? Consider a SUIC something died.
What's going on here? Make sure you hit that follow button because this is going to get mental. Part 2 tomorrow. See you there.
The childhood conspiracy theory iceberg. This picture represents conspiracy theories that will change your childhood forever. As always, make sure to join the Discord for the full list. This is tier 1. Mrs. Puff is a psychopath. We've all seen SpongeBob and we've all seen Mrs. Puff before. On the episode titled No Free Rides in season 2, Mrs. Puff says this.
What have I done? Everyone will know that I let him slide through school. I'll have to move to a new city, start a new boat.
I remember that show. I remember that episode. I love SpongeBob, man. I used to, man, nowadays, I mean, I stopped watching a long time ago, but man, SpongeBob was the thing to go to, man. It was like the OG.
School with a new name. No, not again.
This is hinting that Mrs. Puff has changed her identity before, and I promise this gets worse. In season 12, episode 21, SpongeBob is helping her organize some of her junk, and he comes across a newspaper that says, deranged boat teacher makes getaway. So the real question remains, Who is Mrs. Puff? Make sure to like and follow for tomorrow's video.
You see, that's like the only conspiracy like I'm more kind of into. Is she really Mrs. Puff? Who is Mrs. Puff? What she did last time in the other boat school? That was kind of interesting. Yeah, guys, let me know if you guys want me to react to more TikToks, conspiracy theories in the future. And yeah, it's been Theodore X, and I'm out. Peace.